having trouble with pain, sleep, digestive disorders, blood sugar, or hormonal imbalances? Visit the Herb Corner, a truly unique shop blending together the healing of mind, body, and spirit, carrying hundreds of organic bulk herbs, essential oils, all natural products, healing supplies, books, candles, crystals, jewelry, and one-of-a-kind gifts. Traditional medicines making you sick? Meet our master herbalist Cecilia for tips on natural healing herbal products, or order online at www.herbcorner.net. Hello and welcome back to another great show of The Third Eye View. First, we'd like to take a moment to let everyone know, what is The Third Eye View all about?
I think it's amazing because we're three Aprils with, it's three generations. I'm in my 30s, April's in her 40s, and amazingly, you're in your 60s. I would never have known it. But we're amazing, spiritual, intuitive beings, female beings. What do you think?
I think that this is great because it can help us take it to another level.
Oh, yeah.
To me, what it's all about is that we're opening up to the energy of the goddess, which means declaring who we are, which is what the last show was about.
Yes.
And the energy of not only women, but men, recognizing that we're male and female both, and it's okay for men to have feelings and so forth. So I think that this show is going to introduce those type of topics, any type of topic, anything that we want to speak about.
Absolutely. And this afternoon we have two very special guests. You're going to meet the first one in 1 minute, right after a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Sherry. Welcome to Aquarian Dreams.
Hello and welcome back. We sure hope you enjoyed the last show of The Third Eye View. We're going to tag on that just a bit. Our next guest, her name is Heather, and she is in a same-sex relationship. Heather, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
So Heather, let me first ask you, what is appropriate title for, and I hate to even use the word title because gay shouldn't be titled.
Stereotype.
Stereotype, exactly. What is a comfortable way of addressing a same-sex relationship?
I think it's as normal as you make it. There's the soul knows no sex. So it's just as normal as you make it. When I'm with my partner, I could, I'm out in public and this is my partner, So it's just how you make it. It's how comfortable people are with it. Some people aren't so comfortable with it. Some people are like, oh, okay, cool.
Now, that does bring up a good point. What do you do, or how do you handle or, combat politely if someone is uncomfortable? And is there something that a person in a same-sex relationship could do to not make that other person feel, quote, uncomfortable?
I think, when you meet a stranger, I know personally, sometimes I kind of feel them out first and see how I might think they're going to react to it. And then, once you just put it out there, that's it. Once you put it out there, that's it. It's up to them how they perceive it.
It's you. I mean, straight people don't ever, engage in a situation wondering, what will they think if they find out I'm straight?
Right, exactly.
You just, you walk, and it's interesting that we use the word partner, because Heather is my fiance. But it is true that you live your life as you are. You don't worry about what people think, because what they think is their issue.
Without a question. And I do have a question, actually. You had mentioned that Heather is your fiance, so does that mean you two are getting married? And if so, how does the state of Florida find that to be?
Well, as most of us know, the state of Florida does not recognize same-sex marriage. We can be domestic partners, we can register as domestic partners, but we wouldn't be able to share benefits and stuff like that.
And I don't really care what the state says, because my relationship, my love, is not governmental, it's universal. And I'm gonna have we're gonna have a ceremony, a union, and I'm okay with that. I don't need to have a certificate.
I think it's fabulous.
Yeah, to determine how I'm gonna live my life.
Absolutely. April.
Well, I was going to say, if you haven't picked a minister, I would be glad to do so.
I would love that.
Just a thought. Just a thought.
Great, thank you.
Yes. What's neat is during one of the breaks we were talking. April's phenomenal with numbers. April 3, and
Just to clarify for the viewers, because again, we're all named April. I'm April 1.
I'm April 2.
And 3. And that just happens to be my life lesson number, which we were just going to talk about.
How perfect.
Yes, numbers.
But April was running some numbers on Heather and in my relationship, our being and
Like your compatibility?
yes,
Yeah, we're just taking a look at it. What was fascinating in the other show, our first show, we mentioned that past life so much comes into situations like this. I've seen it over and over again and counseled people too, like what you guys have gone through telling your folks and so forth. But many times the numbers, the numbers speak to us whether we're straight or, in a same-sex relationship. The numbers tell us how we're going to get along, what our difficulties are going to be.
Because numbers are numbers, it doesn't have a gender
Because
to
we
it.
are, absolutely, we're a soul and we're a vibration. Everything is a vibration. So, of course, because I'm always curious, the numbers, I did them, and you won't believe that. You can probably see that better than I am. But you are actually the very same number. You're both, your life lesson is both 7s. But what is interesting, yes, that means that you're going to have a lot in common. There's going to be some stubbornness issues, so I'm sure you haven't experienced any of those. But the other thing that's interesting is my guidance that came through me years ago had talked about doing the years and looking at the year for past life lessons, things that we haven't learned in a past life. You're both the same year. So in other words, it has to do, you're both 6s in the past life energy. And that means that you're here to learn to be service to others and to be a couple.
Very nice.
So there's a balance there that's saying both of you are sort of, when you met, I'm sure you knew, your soul knew each other, and you both had decided, I'm sure early on, before you came into this life, that you would at some point meet. And so it was interesting because you're born in the same year, that's what makes the same number. You are, April here is a 6 in your personality number, and you're a 9. You have, of course, being a Capricorn, you have a lot of issues and places where you're a very private person. And so for you to come here and be with us today is just wonderful. Because this speaks of this is my path, this is who I am, and it's just another way that you're expressing that to us. So as far as getting along, absolutely. But the 7 has to do with what I call the walk with God. And it means that for both of you, the more you get into the spiritual, the more you'll get along, the more you'll enjoy life, and all of it. And 7
That's with any relationships, actually.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. The spiritual is the key, it's the glue. But for a 7, it's a must. And I've seen 7s who are not moved into their spiritual, and they're fighting life, and it seems that life is fighting them. But you're taking that walk with God, and it's wonderful that you're doing it together.
Congratulations, both of you.
Thank you.
I do have a question. We had mentioned on the last show that you have a daughter.
Yes.
And could you help our viewers, maybe you have some suggestions for other people in your situation? How does your daughter handle your relationship, and how does she feel with her friends around?
Heather brought up a good point. We make it as normal as it is. The fact is, I want to teach my daughter love. I don't want her to know that love comes from a man. I want her to be her own being, but being in the relationships I was in previously, it wasn't love, and that wasn't fair to her. Heather and her have an amazing relationship. They walk the beach and find shells, and I can really get detailed because I sometimes think they gang up on me, but
They probably do.
it is, it's amazing to watch my daughter see life as it is.
That's awesome. And now, my next question is, and I don't mean any disrespect, so please don't misunderstand me, but is she embarrassed at all when she brings her friends? And how does she cope with her little friends?
I think it's coming. We have friends over the house, they play, there's play dates, there's parties, and some of the friends look at us and I find them smiling like, all right, this is cool, what is this? What's going on here? Because we really bounce off each other.
Right.
But maybe we can get into more detail on that when we come back from our